In today's project, we're going to be building a floating bookcase or display case, or in my daughter's case, I built this for her. She is obsessed with horror movies and horror movie action figures, so she's got some more filling of the shelves to do. So we're going to build this case today. It has French cleat, that's how it's attached to the wall. It's 24 inches wide, 44 inches long, and 12 inches deep, and it has adjustable shelves. All right guys, let's get started on this project.
I get started over at the table saw, ripping all the parts to their width. To cut the parts to length, I'll set up a stop block and cut them over at the miter saw station. To cut the French cleat, I'll tilt my table saw blade to 45 degrees. Then I'll rip the piece down the middle. That'll give me two adjoining pieces, one for the wall, one for the bookcase, to hang it. Onto the casework now. I'm going to be using Domino joinery here. I'm using 5mm dominoes, and you can use biscuits or just nails and screws if you don't have anything like this, or even dowels to join it. I'm going with dominoes because it's quick, easy, and it's adding strength. A little trick I like to use when joining with the domino or biscuit is to use a piece of the scrap stock at the bottom to maintain the flushness of where I have the line drawn. Now for a quick dry fit, and it's perfect. I'll give everything a quick sanding before I assemble it. And now a really quick and easy glue up. Make sure you keep a wet rag around so you can wipe off the excess glue squeeze out. This way you don't have to fight with it later on, sanding it or chiseling it off. I'm adding a nailer strip to the bottom of the case. That's going to help it stay rigid and also help me keep it square. Since the French cleat is going to be taking the weight of the case when it hangs on the wall, I'm going to install that with pocket screws and regular screws from the top. Now this bookcase is going to have adjustable shelves, so I'm going to use a shelf pin jig. This jig in particular is from Rockler, but it was given to me by Jay Bates. He had a giveaway on his website, and I was lucky enough to win it. Jay Bates is a YouTuber, woodworker. He has a great channel, so if you haven't already, I'm sure you have all heard of him. Go over to his YouTube channel and check him out. And I want to say thanks again, Jay. Now that the case is complete, I'm going to start milling up the rough lumber for the face frames. I always start milling the lumber by flattening one face. Then a couple of quick passes through the planer to make everything parallel. Then it's back to the jointer one more time to put a nice straight edge on this for the table saw. Once the milling process is complete, I can trim everything over to its final dimensions at the table saw and the miter saw. Now normally when I make cases or cabinets, I like to make the face frames first, pre-assemble them, and then nail them onto the case. But this was a last minute decision here, and I'm just going to nail them off with some glue and fit them in, and it's going to save me a lot of time. I'm also using a 1/2 inch piece of scrap plywood, and that's going to give me an even reveal around the casing on the face frame. Now for the shelves, to hide the edges of the plywood, I've decided to go with a solid edge band. Now for the painting process here, I'm going to be painting this Snow White. I'm using a milk paint by General Finishes, and I'm also using a new tool. I have a Graco Magnum airless sprayer. This is the X5 model, and it does a great job. I don't have to thin the paint, and it's very light in the hand, and it leaves a great finish.
All right, everybody, that's it for this week's project. Hope you enjoyed the build. Pretty simple build. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, give it a like if you like the video. Also hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the picture of that little notification bell. That'll let you know every time I upload a video. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.